Let's go.
It's another K-Town beat.
YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Outliner. I'm back. Hey, don't forget, if you're new to this channel, you know I ask y'all to do three things: like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we do it. Today I got this. It's a mid fade. It was supposed to be a mid fade, so let me tell y'all, I messed up on this haircut. I almost dropped the F-bomb. But look, I messed up on this haircut. And on this side right here, you just wait for it. But this was supposed to be a mid fade that became just a fade. You feel me? So, you know, because I'm going to show you the steps to do the mid fade. And right at the end of the mid fade on this side, I ended up messing up the haircut. Now, the purpose of me actually showing you this, because, you know, I could have dropped a different video and not use this video at all, but I decided to, you know, let people see that, you know, people can be imperfect, especially me, myself, and I don't claim to be perfect, you know, so I just want to show y'all a different, you know, aspect. But even though I messed it up, I used my skills to camouflage it. A person, you know, would never know that I actually did it, you know, without showing them that I did it. You know what I mean? So, which is not always a good thing. You don't want to mess up stuff and camouflage it, but in this situation, I really had no choice. So, this is just a teaching moment for me, but we're gonna get into the mid fade. After you make your first guideline, you want to come back and use your trimmers or whatever you want to use that gets the hair real close to the scalp and, you know, makes it bald, right? So it's always good to make sure you're cleaning up under the first guideline on a bald fade, mid fade, drop fade, whatever kind of fade you're doing. It's always good to use a tool that gets it bald. So after that, we use, you see no guard here, it's open, and you want to flick and you want to make another guideline, right? You see me making this guideline, so I'm using a little half C motion or whatever, scoop up. I'm kind of scooping up, so I'm not trying to make a super hard guideline with this. So next we got the 1.5. You got to close to open, but I'm using it open because I want to see exactly how much hair is coming off, right? So we're going with the grain, and the reason what we're doing right here is we're knocking the bulk off because we want to get it to a point to where we can control the fade and, you know, how much we fading into and not, and you want to be able to see exactly what you're fading, right? So I take that same 1.5 guard and it's open, and I come up on it, you know, to kind of just blend into the bulk that I just knocked down. It's not about making another guideline here to go into. It's just about getting everything even and level. So at a certain point, you want to make guidelines, and then at a certain point, you just want to get everything leveled off the right way. You see that? So, and, you know, make sure you use a comb, and I'm going to put a clip on her hair because, you know, you should do this anyway, section the hair off and you can see it better. So you see right between the part of the hair and the top is thick, the bulk is still there. That's why you want to use a clip or something to separate the hair so you can see everything and make it smooth, right? So again, I still have the 1.5 guard on there and it's open, and I use all my guards mainly open to close. Sometimes I know different things to use without looking if it should be closed or open. But if you just learning how to cut, you go open to close. And right here, I got my one guard. My one guard is open also, and I'm still taking the bulk off the very top of it because it's actually pretty thick. And I'm gonna use clip over comb because I want to save myself some time. And plus, sometimes guards don't just get everything the way that it should, so using clip over comb can help you, and it's going to save time, and it's going to help you customize the fade. Now after that, I come down and I work on the guideline that's there. I want to remove that guideline, right? And this is kind of like a fade up, fade down technique that I'm using, right? And I'm just going against the grain, the flow pattern of the hair. I'm staying on that line. You see where I pointed to with my comb? This is the line that you want to get rid of, right? So yeah, you focus on taking the line out after you got the bulk down, and just take your time with it. Stretch the skin. If you see, I'm actually using the top where my thumb is to actually stretch the skin. I do that like unconsciously, like I'm not even thinking like, oh, stretch the skin. Like I do that unconsciously, so it'll become unconscious to you too. So the more you practice it, but what it helps with is smoothing out the scalp, to where, like, if it has any dents in it or imperfections in it, you can stretch the scalp to make it more smooth and make your clipper or your tool guide easier. And you see what I'm doing right here? I removed the line. It's starting to look good. The fade is starting to come in, and this is like a mid fade. It's not up too high. It's coming down a little bit. So to me, this is a mid fade, right? And you probably saying like, man, I thought you said you messed up on this side. Oh yeah, hold on, it's coming. I did, because the thing that I did wrong was I used clip over comb, right? And most of the times when I use clip over comb, and you can take this as a caution tip, right? So I normally use guards on when I use clip over comb, but this time I didn't, and somehow the clipper just slipped out of my hand, right? And I plugged her. I plugged her, and I think this is the part right here. I plugged her like, oh man, what happened? I'll be able to see. You see, I'm trying to knock the buck off, and boom, it's going good right now. Oh, see that? Oh, it's skill. Don't panic though. I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna fix this? This is what I'm thinking the whole time. Like, man, how am I gonna fix this, right? So I realized that I can't fix it with clip over comb because it went too deep. Now, if I would have had a guard on there, even just a half guard on there while I was trying to do, clip over comb, it wouldn't have been that bad. You see that? Wow, that's terrible, right? But I stay composed, and I fix it. So what I'm doing over here now, I'm just taking the one guard, I'm actually just bringing it up. So we went from a half guard, from a mid fade to just a fade. And it took me a little longer to cut it, but I'm gonna blend it in as best as possible. It's no real way to, I camouflaged it so well, but you can still see little parts of it there if you really look into it. But yeah, I'll finish out this side, and on the other side, I'll explain what I'm doing on the other side also, to show you how to get to this point a little easier. But the steps, the reason I showed you, because I wanted to show you how to do a mid fade, and that's what I did until I plugged her. So, but it looks good now, so it's coming about. But whenever you mess up, just stay, poised, stay relaxed, stay calm, try to figure your way out of it, because sometimes these things happen. And, this hasn't happened to me in years, but it just so happened to happen today. And, I was recording, but man, that bothered me the whole time. But like I said, I overcame, and you have to diligently work around that and make sure everything blends into that. And you can see that happening right here. So on this side, you would do the exact same thing to achieve the fade, but you just start bringing everything higher to match the other side. And I'm taking the 1.5 guard, and I'm gonna knock the bulk down. Same thing we did on the other side. You want to knock the bulk down. You want to come back, use the same 1.5 guard open, bulk that down, knock the bulk down with that going against the grain, and then work your way up from there, or down from there. You use the 1 guard next. You can use half guard or no guard at all. Open to close. Everything is open to close. It's gonna make make it much easier for you. You see how I'm going against the grain now? What I already explained, and I'm just going up higher than I would if I was doing a mid fade. Like, I would let it transition a little better, but because I messed up on the other side, I have to bring the fade up and up higher than I would like. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So so after that, you would want to come with your 1 guard. Same thing like the other side, except for the 1 guard. Instead of like staying lower with it, I'm actually just coming up higher with it, because like I said, I gotta match the other side. So that's what we're doing right here. We just the same steps, same everything that we did to the other side. We just actually taking everything a little higher. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I want you to just watch and see what I'm doing, and then we'll jump into the edge up. Now on to the lineup, and we got the Mr. Outliner detailing mist, that crispy spray, crispy spray. You know what I mean? So anyway, we have to make an edge up here because obviously her line, her hair grows differently in the front. It's a little going back a little bit, V shape. So you just kind of want to find a starting point, and that's what I'm doing here. And the detailing mist is gonna keep the hair in place. It's cool, it's gonna make the scalp dry where you're able to put sharp lines, so that's what we're doing right here. You see how sharp the line is, and I really don't have anything on it, any enhancements on it at all. So you see how sharp the line is, and the hair is coming out very easy because of the spray. And that's why I chose to, endorse this spray and come out with my own, because I wanted something that I know works well. So if you haven't got the detailing mist, look on my page or look in the description, MR.OUTLINER.com, and you can purchase, detailing mist along with the 360 wave pomade and a couple other things, right? But anyway, so like I said, sometimes on the edge up, you just want to find a starting point. So do that. You work it from one side to the other. You finish one side, and a lot of times I tell you, I'm not concerned about getting it super sharp in the beginning, but the spray just helps it look that good. We're gonna put enhancements on it, a little hair fiber on it, because we want it to look good, but more full in the front and not so loose. So anyway, you do one side, you work your way to the other side and match everything up. And also, you kind of want to try to use points of reference when you use it. And you see the corner of her eyebrow, the top of it, where the arch is at, and then you do the same thing on the other side. You kind of trying to line both of them up, and to use to make sure everything is even. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're using a part of their face or something to help you line the hair up straight as possible. That's natural look right there. So you see the edge of right there. Now we're gonna come back and we're gonna put enhancements on it. Now, for the most part, when you're using enhancements, you just want to fill in light spots, and you see where the light spots was. So what we're doing here, we just filling it in, trying to make it look full, basically. So you don't want to overdo it, right? You just want to do it just well enough to where it still looks natural. And you can see the reason why I did the lineup first, because I just doing the lineup first is gonna make the line look natural, because you don't want to create a line with hair fiber and once it come off, there's no line there at all, right? So here we just, like I said, we following the line that we already made. And then after that, you just come back and use your trimmers to sharpen it, right? And just to make sure everything is still on that line the first line that you made before the enhancements. You just want the enhancements to sit right on that line to make it look good. So you see what a difference the enhancements does, and you see the look of the haircut now. You see on this side over here, to the right of the screen is where I plugged it, but it doesn't even look bad anymore, right? So anyway, yeah, that's how you use enhancements the right way. I like hair fibers. Some people like color. I like color in certain instances. Like if the person already has hair to use with color, it's gonna look better because it has something to stick to. Now, if the scalp is very thin and you use color, it's not gonna look the same because it's just gonna look unnatural. So like I'll use a little color on my beard because I have hair there, so everything looks natural. Now of course it just makes the line pop, right? And that's what you want. You want the line to pop, but color is not always better than hair fiber. Hair fiber like builds it and makes it match your hair. Now sometimes you just have to take your time with the edge of it. It's not a rush job. Take your time, because this is like one of the main parts of the haircut. It's like 50% at least of the haircut, if not more. So you know what you see what I'm doing. I'm not pushing anything back. I'm trying to leave everything natural. So just in case, like when the hair fiber does wear off, it's gonna look the same. Like the line is gonna be there. It might not be as sharp, it might not be as crisp, but the line is gonna be there. So you see that this is the end result. We got the line up, boom. Got the line up looking good and crisp. That Mr. Outliner Detailer. So anyway, like I said, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. You know how we do it. Until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.